Update 13.4 is just around the corner, and I'm going to deliver all the information you need to know about what is coming. Starting off with the Springfest event. Now, the Springfest, we've had this before, and it's basically just a daily login where you can actually get yourself a free new base skin. This base skin is going to be for tank and helicopter firepower and some research speed. So this is going to be good during those little off-peak L3 times. So guys, I do personally think this is a pretty nice sort of Chinese, I don't know if this is Chinese or Japanese. The cherry blossoms make me think it's Japanese, but the character in that looks more in the Chinese architecture and stuff. So I don't know. Let me know down below, is this Japanese or Chinese? But overall, guys, it does look pretty nice. It's a nice new little skin. Moving on, we also have got the new Springfest Battle Pass. This Battle Pass is going to allow you to get these little capsule coins. Now, these capsule coins will be able to be used in a different part, but you can use diamonds to unlock other sectors, which will get you more rewards in general. Personally, I think, obviously, unless you're going to be spending lots of money on this event, there's not really any point in going for these lower tiers. Obviously, there are missions to just gain some coins, and then obviously that will be able to allow you to use them in the lucky capsule event. Now, we had this recently for a tank base skin. Now we are going to be able to see that we could get the old Omega Warrior grass green skin, which is obviously going to be for the artillery. So this is obviously pretty nice as well. It's going to cost, you know, a little bit of money to be able to get this done, unless you are just ultra super lucky to be able to grab some of these higher rewards. With that being said, guys, there is also going to be a title raid pass here, which is basically just giving you some extra rewards when it comes to Navy stuff. I'm not too sure why it's in here technically. Normally the title thing come with their own little events, but I don't actually see anything here. Now, we also have the Spring Blessing, which is where you're able to send the lucky bags to your Alliance members. And you also have the Cake Buster returning, and then we also have another daily login style thing, which is going to get you the little koi thing. With that being said, overall, this is kind of just the Springfest Battle Pass. We've had it before. It's a nice little event to do, but again, you do need money if you want to be spending on that. Now, moving forward, guys, we have got some Braves Path for Season 3 optimizations. So they are actually adding brand new limited missions to the actual L4s now that is linked with the Braves Path. So before, you just played when you got kills and so forth, dealt damage, you ended up getting some coins, and then you could use those coins to buy stuff in the store. Whereas now they're also adding missions to it. So now you're going to have missions that you can complete during the campaign phase, and obviously during the tally phase is where you can still redeem those mission rewards. But overall, guys, these new mission rewards are also going to grant something brand new called Legend Coins. Now, these Legend Coins can also be used in the store at the end to buy additional items. On top of that, they are returning the Season 1 skins to be available in the store. Now, I don't know if this is going to be from the Legend Coin or if this is going to be just on the main missions. I'm generally not too sure on how it's going to fit in. We currently do not have access to any of the Braves Path stuff coming, so we just don't know how that's going to be looking for the store. Obviously, as soon as I know and I have a visual confirmation, I'll be able to then make another little video and show you guys how that's going to look. There will be a new collection troop skin and a new unit skin added as well into Season 3, but again, we still don't have any information on this. The next part of this update that's coming new is a brand new feature that I'm pretty sure they've just made it for kind of newer players, but if you go into different units, for example, they now have this new tab here called Officer Picks. Now, what this officer pick does, it basically just gives you information on who they think the best option is going to be. So, for example, here you can see they've got versatile. They do have, obviously, and it's linked to the actual unit. So this one is a more offensive infantry. So they've obviously got your offensive infantry playstyles there. And I'm sure if we was to go over here, if I go back quickly to, say, the other infantry, we are going to see here that they're suggesting Vox for some reason, with obviously Everbloom and so forth. I mean, you get the gist. It's kind of more for newer players, but I mean, I don't think Vox is that good for infantry. Sure, she works, but again, it's one of those things that they're given sort of the recommendations of what they believe you should or shouldn't use. Also, kind of in that same sort of style as helping newer players, we've also got something called Aid Unlock Conditioning. So what that is it's literally linked. We won't be able to see it here because I've already got maxed and all of my other accounts are maxed, so we wouldn't see it. But the same way you've got these sort of recommendations, the same thing's going to happen when you're upgrading. When you're upgrading, it will let you know know when you unlock your aid and so forth. Again, this is only going to be necessary if you're a new player. If you're an old person, you've probably already got all these maxed out and it doesn't matter anyway. Moving forward, we are also going to have new alliance tag shares. Now, it does say here that the alliance tags, the way they're going to work is that after placing a tag down, the officer can share that tag. That's nothing new. We've always been able to do that. So the newest part of this update is that anyone who has a peace treaty with you, so any alliance you have a peace treaty with, whether it be coalition, allies in an L4 or so forth, you can now share your tags to those, and the officers on the allies team that you have a peace treaty with can then choose whether or not their members can see the tag as well. So you can now share tags between your coalition, share tags between your allies moving forward. It does say obviously that there is a limit to how many you can do, and if a peace treaty is broke, it will remove the tags as well. So I do think this is a really nice update, if I'm honest with you. It's been a long time since we've had the ability to, you know, further increase the communication with your coalition and your allies. So they're also going to have a new thing called Rate Your Conquest Experience. Now, as the title suggests, at the end of every L4, you will have the ability to rate and give feedback on every single L4 that you do. There will be a reward for some sort of universal coupons, but that is about it. So technically you don't need to do it, but you might as well get some free rewards if you're gonna do it anyway. I would honestly say just give them, you know, the information. I don't think they're gonna care about, oh, this alliance was inactive, they shouldn't be able to. They're not going to do anything about that, but just give them feedback on the map, give them feedback on, you know, maybe there's issues in certain parts of the map. Just give them your genuine feedback, and I think it's going to be the best way that they can help listen to the community is hopefully by doing this new update. Also, moving forward, the last thing available, guys, is going to be a new advanced expertise update and optimizations. Now, these optimizations for me personally, I think are only going to benefit the biggest of whales. Okay, so the first one is they've increased the level of operation expertise from 61 to 62. The average person doesn't get anywhere even remotely close to that. So the reason I say that, guys, is if you have a look here, if you are a free-to-play player, if you don't end up buying sort of this thing here where you're guaranteed to get all of these sort of extra boosts towards it, you obviously get your extra 50% per day, you're never going to get even remotely close towards the end. So obviously, as a free-to-play person, I've not done every single day. Maybe I've missed one day or so, but you know, you can only get to this line here. Now, if you buy that extra additional pack and you still play every single day, the furthest I've ever got is I put one skill into this last tree, which basically means, guys, that I'm never ever going to be able to get those unless I spend money on all of these extra bundles and stuff that come up. So even if you're a small spender, you're probably still not going to be able to benefit from this. But if you are a whale that spends loads of money on all of these sort of events, then you'll probably benefit from this. So the new things that they are adding here, guys, is if you're a combat engineer. Now, as we know, guys, there are 3 different ones. If you are a combat engineer, is going to add a final sort of tier at the end, and that is going to be so that you get extra damage towards for your drones by 50%. Now, again, drones are already being complained about how strong they are. So yeah, the whales are going to get stronger. Very nice, very nice. The next one here is going to be for the commander tactics. Now, this one is going to be that it reduces the expert skill reserve camp cooldowns by 50%. Now, I've never actually used this one, so I can't tell you 100%, but it says here you can build the reserve camp on the map store for the reserves of the military funds, blah, blah, blah. Once the army group is formed, the leader can then use it to supply them. Now, I know this reserve camp, my friend Ahmad uses it, but genuinely, from what I've learned from him, is it can only be used for once a day. So if they reduce the time by 50%, I'm assuming it now means every 12 hours you'd be able to use a reserve camp instead of every 24 hours. The next one here is going to be for the elite. Now, the elite one is the one I use, and the added drone defense. So basically, once you reach that final tier, you're reducing the damage taken from combat drones by 50%. In my personal opinion, I think that's very poor. You know, out of all the things that this can do, I think it is actually a really useless kind of skill, because if you're spending that sort of money and you're all the way at the end there, it's just not really worth it. A 50% reduction to damage, I just don't see it being that crazy strong. Obviously, the 50% extra damage to the drones, they can use that all the time, so I think it's different, but yeah, overall, that is pretty much the last and final update for the new 13.4. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think of this new update? I think it's overall going to be a nice addition. It's the small things that I think is going to be really good, especially the alliance tags and stuff like that. Other than that, I think it's a very small update. And again, I like that they're doing optimizations, but I think I'd like to see more optimizations when it comes to the performance of the game and how laggy it can be during some big battles. But other than that, guys, let me know down below what you think. If you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share this video out to all of your friends and obviously your alliance members, your world chat, anything like that. I'd really appreciate it. And if you haven't done so, smash that like button, guys. I appreciate you all. Hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you all in the next video.